Hello, I'm Terry Galloway, and I thought it prudent to do the polite and safe thing and introduce myself to you all before we got too much more involved. Well, one thing I think you ought to know is that although I was born in Europe, and I don't seem to have the accent, I am a Texan, and proud of it. Unfortunately, I share with most Texans a fatal flaw in that I presume in intimacy, and most often where there is none. You know this old joke? It's about a guy from Chicago, a guy from New York, and a Texan. They're shipwrecked. So for days, they're crawling across the hot desert sands while they come upon this magic lantern. Well, of course, they rub it, and out pops a genie. The genie looks him over and says, well, normally I give one person 3 wishes, but there's 3 of you all, so it's a wish apiece. What'll it be? The guy from Chicago says, oh, God, I miss the Windy City. I wish I could be back in Chicago. Poof! He's gone. The guy from New York says, God, I miss the Big Apple. I want to be sent back to New York. Poof! He's gone. The Texan looks around and says, oh, gee, I sure miss them 2 guys. I wish they were back here. Now, that's a Texan for you. But I'm not just a Texan. I'm a modern medical accident. When my mother was about 6 months pregnant with me, she developed a kidney infection, and they had to give her experimental antibiotics. Well, a couple of months later, when I was born, I seemed perfectly normal, except for the fact that, and I quote, a chemical imbalance caused by the introduction of drugs to the fetal nervous system had left me not quite blind as a bat, but definitely deaf as a doornail. So by the time I was 12, I was a freak. I didn't have this clever little behind-the-ear hearing aid like this one. No. I had an enormous box number that fit between my breasts like a third one, and I had just gotten my breast. I had just started my period. I was fat as a pig. I had hairy legs and hairy underarms because my mother wouldn't let me shave. I'd broken my 2 front teeth playing a game of war, and and like most kids, I had one of these dork kid haircuts, like this, and I had to wear these kid eyeglasses, always broken, right? And every time I would go somewhere, everything came along with me, and nothing came along quietly. So I would take a step, and everything would go bounce, bounce, beep, beep, bleed, bleed, bounce, bounce, beep, beep, bleed, bleed, bounce, bounce, beep, beep, bleed, bleed. When you're growing up absurd like that, you either get tough real quick or you freeze. Even now, I can still feel the chill. Because it's a vicious world out there. And although I'm no kid, I'm still deaf. And I'm still short. And I'm still a woman. You think, what is your only protection in a case like that? I'll tell you. Eyeliner. I love eyeliner. It helps me change my look. Because I'm one of these people that, I wake up in the morning and the sun is shining and the little birds are twittering, and all I can think of to say is, oh God, nature, don't eat me up today. Because I'm a woman who smiles a lot. And there are people out there who think that when you smile and you say hello, that you're actually smiling and saying, oh, why, hello there. Why don't you beat me black and blue and rape me 60 times? So it's no wonder I kind of want to, wise guy things up. But I know I look too tough. I kind of want to look like, like Wallace Beery. This is kind of gross. Not bad. A little bit of blush. What do I need? Something to hide the voluptuous curves of my body, because whatever else they may be, boobs are not tough. And my hair. Only a sicko would want to run their fingers through this, and I've met some. Take up a disgusting habit that will turn everybody who is still on off, and voila. You've crossed over a line. And on this side of the line, it's an entirely different dark night of the soul. On this side of the line, it's always "4:25 a.m. The city they call Chicago is sleeping like a baby shark. And sharks don't sleep. Neither do I. Me? Call me Jake. Call me the next time you're in trouble. Trouble's my business. I'm Jake Ratton, short detective. Yeah, you heard me, sweetheart. A gumshoe, a private eye, a hard-bitten dick. Crooks don't like me, cops don't like me, but hookers let me ride half fare. It must be 24 hours since I took on this world, but I remember it like it was yesterday. Some things you don't forget. Yeah, it's a very lousy, nasty, filthy, stinking job, but I'm just a dirty, rotten, nasty, filthy, stinking guy to do it. 'Cause in this cesspool they call a city, I'm the guy they call tough shit. How tough? Tough enough to take it like a man. This tough. And when you're this tough, you can look death in the eye and laugh. There ain't a man alive who can match me. There ain't a woman alive who can resist me. And there ain't no bullet made that can kill me. You got a point. The trouble with tough talk is that it works. You're feeling 6 feet tall till bang, you're 6 feet under. Oh God, that's so gross. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's the makeup. It makes me do crude and vulgar things. Let me just get this off. This won't take but a minute. You know, even when I think I'm being tough enough, I'm not. I remember when I was in New York, I was living in Hell's Kitchen before they remodeled it. It was Sunday. I'm there reading the Sunday Times, missing the funnies. And I happened to come upon these articles about interviews with school children. And they were asking these little school kids tough questions. They asked them things like, well, what do you think about the possibility of nuclear annihilation? Kids were saying things like, oh, well, if Daddy likes it, if Daddy likes it. But they asked this one little boy, he was about 14 years old, what do you think about the possibility of a nuclear holocaust? And this little 14-year-old said, "Oh, I have accepted it, that there could be an end to time." A lot tougher than I am. But I said, "Look, I didn't think I would think about this. You know, it's Sunday. I'm in New York. Come on, let's have a good time. Let's go do some fun touristy kind of thing." I know. I'm going to go, and I'm going to go take a tour of the Museum of Natural History. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have been there, but the way it works is this. They slaughtered all of these animals, and they stuff them, and then they put them in, you know, lifelike poses, like, and it's beautiful because it all looks so real. The grass seems real, the trees seem real, the light seems real, the dead seem real. It's scary, but it's beautiful. And one of my favorite ones, it was the white wolves display. All it was midnight on the Alaskan tundra, and there are two white wolves, and they're in mid-leap. It's beautiful. But the one that gave me the heebie-jeebies, the one that sent me, was a perfectly innocuous little forest scene, and all that was, so I thought, was grass, a tree, and a stuffed rabbit. Years of watching cartoons have prepared me for this moment, you know, wascally rabbit. But then I get to looking, and I see that they have put this little red fox behind the tree. And the minute I leave, that red fox is going to jump on that rabbit and... I don't want to be thinking about this. No. I go over to the monkey cage. It's always good for a laugh, right? And so there the monkeys are. There's a little 9-year-old girl, and she's with her parents. And she says, "You mean they killed him just so we could see him? Oh, gross." And I was in perfect agreement. And I found myself being drawn back to that glass case, hitting the glass with my heel, saying, "Run, bunny, bunny, run!" But it's like fate, you know? You see it, you know what's going to happen the minute your back is turned, and there's not one damn thing you can do about it. And that's what scared me when I took my tour of the Museum of Natural History. Because I'm a child of my time, yes. Perfectly at home here in this apologia to the dead, here among those without eyes, without ears, with only the illusion of breath, only the skin saved, stretched and cured, pulled taut back over the old bones. Yes, I am a child of my time, yes. The white wolves posed, one last unself-conscious leap, transfixed there forever in the twilight still gleaming. The eyes of the white wolf, like the eyes of the brown bear, like the eyes of the striped cat, like the eyes of the spotted deer, like the eyes of the red fox. The little girl named them all, counted them all on her fingers, the eyes of the dead. The last light in the eyes of the dead is that blaze that stalks them forever, like the fox, always almost upon its prey, seen only in madness, in blindness, in fear, crouched like an animal smelling its own blood, as its own blood's thick scent swells, smelling its own doom. It followed this line of sense until all senses fail. There's the frenzy of madness there, yes. We are children of our time, yes, perfectly at home here. But my heart still beats. It eats at me. It eats at me. But it beats. And art makes me feel serene. Even staring this in the eye, I see there the fine eye for diorama, there behind the glass case, trapped, killed skin, remounted, replaced, within its natural habitat. God shield me from that holy face. Art makes me feel serene. But this is madness, posing like this to please us. Don't eat me hard. Don't. Oh, every minute I get through in this place. What a relief. And oh, so help me, Lord of the realm, and let thy arrows pierce me. I owe every blessed minute to thee. And oh, so help me, Lord of the realm, and let thy hounds gnash me. I bow to thee. My face I shield from thee. I'm belly up, oh merciful Lord. Don't eat me hard. Don't. Oh, merciful Lord. See that blonde in the lynx? With the alligator heels, the shark skin bag, the bone earrings. Ooh, if only she'd shoot me a predatory glance, I'd drop this idiot chatter with the unseen, here, totally unperceived. Yeah, my heart may be in my throat, but I calm down, baby, in the arms of a baby, just like you. I calm down, you sweet little number, just like that monkey in the case. So let me nuzzle while you love me, love me, love me to death. Art makes me feel serene. But this is madness. Isn't this madness? What if we posed here? What if we posed here to please us? What if we posed here in the twilight, still gleaming? Wait now. Now our children, they're perfectly at home here, yes? Yes. And we ourselves, we are perfectly at home here, yes? Yes. Why then it is only our time we have so precariously posed here. Our time, yes, 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 yes. Well, I might as well save my breath. Oh, no, wait. I'll calm the idiot tongue. Wait. It's this. The slant of light, the slant of our own minds, the slant of those cat's eyes, unblinking. See? These animals. I'll tell you, when I left that place, I knew I was an animal because my instinct was to run. Not bad, huh? Not bad, not bad.